What's up, everybody out there? It's your man Bobby MVA, and I want to give my condolences to the family of Jholie Moussa. You know what I mean? I'm really sorry for your loss. This vlog is, this situation has brought me to a point that I want to make, and in no way am I blaming her family, for her tragic death. But this is a reminder, this situation is a reminder to all of us parents, I'm a parent myself, that we must, keep a tight eye on our children, man. You can't leave it up to anyone else. And I know at 16, these kids, 15, 14, 17, these kids think they grown. They think they know everything. And sometimes we can get laxed in the way that we watch over them, but this is a reminder, this situation is a reminder that we must keep a close and tight eye on our children, man. I really feel bad for the family, man. I feel I don't know their pain, because I haven't experienced losing a child, but I can imagine what it must be like. And so it just makes me more aware of checking up on my kids, or watching, make sure I know where my children are and what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? This is a very, very tragic and unfortunate situation. So, you gotta be hard on your kids. You gotta be in their business. You gotta make sure that they're answering the phone and that they're texting and telling you where they're going. I'm gonna share something with you, man. When I was younger, my mom used to always be in me and my brother business. Like, where y'all going, what y'all doing, where y'all gonna be at, to the point that we had to call every time we left from one destination to another. We had to call and let our mom know where we were going to be at. Even if she didn't answer the phone, we had to leave a voicemail. We had to leave a message. For example, let's say we was at Tommy's house. We left the house. We told my mom, oh, I'm going to be over Tommy's house. Well, if we decided to leave Tommy's house and go to Danny's house, we had to call our mom and say, hey, I'm leaving Tommy's house and I'm going to Danny's house. And if we didn't do this, my mom was really, really strict. And so if you didn't do this, if you didn't adhere to her rules, then there would be, punishment. There would be consequences. There would be disciplinary actions that we would have to face, So it came a point to that it just became normal. Like, we would just leave messages, because most of the time when we out, it'd be later in the evenings or at nighttime, and our mom would be asleep. So we would just always leave messages. But at least she knew where to start looking for us if it was a family emergency or anything like that, or she just needed us. She knew where to go to start looking for us. She knew where she could start at, and I understand that now, especially. But I'm gonna tell you what really brought it to light was one night my mom decided to go out. So she told me and my brother, oh, I'm going out with my sisters, and I'll be back she said she would be back at 2. So we was happy, of course. We got the house to ourselves. We having a party. It's just a ball. We got the music banging. We cranking junkyard. You know what I'm saying? We got the go-go jumping. So we just having a good time. So once like 1:30 came, we started cleaning up, getting everything together, because we knew, like, mom about to be home. If this house is a mess, she gonna go off, especially when she coming in off the late night. Nah, we ain't trying to see that. So we got everything together. So 2 o'clock came, she didn't come in. 2:15, 2:30, she didn't come in. Okay, no big deal. So, I'm waiting up for my mom. So it became from 2:30 to 2:45, 3 o'clock, 3:45, 4 o'clock in the morning. My mom hasn't gotten home yet. So I begin to worry. I think I was like 15 or 16 at the time. So I'm worried. I'm like, she didn't call. And that was unlike her not to call us and say, hey, I'm at your aunt's house, or I'm at my best friend's house. Like, she always let us know where she was at. So she didn't call. So I was worried. And so I began to call, and this is true, this is a true story. I began to call hospitals. I began to call emergency rooms. You know, I called the Arlington County Police Department. I called the Metro Police Department because I thought, well, maybe she had got pulled over and got locked up. Like, I didn't know what to think, man. I was worried. So, like, about 5:15, my mom comes in the house, and I'm furious. Now, imagine this. I'm 16 years old, and I am furious. I am mad. So, I'm like, she walks in the house, and she say, boy, what you still doing up? I say, where have you been? Why didn't you call? And she just started laughing. And that made me even more upset because I feel like she's taking me for a joke. So I'm like, Mom, I'm serious. Why didn't you call? Why didn't you let me know what was going on? Where was you at? And she was like, oh, I fell asleep over my sister's house, over your aunt's house. And I was like, well, why didn't you call? And she said, now you know how I feel when you be out all night long and you don't call or let me know what's going on. So it was at that point that I really understood, you know, that part of communicating, you know what I'm saying, to my mom to ease her worries, you know, how I should carry it. And I told my brother about it because he had went to sleep. He wasn't tripping, you know what I'm saying? But so this is just a reminder, man, like, guys, we gotta, ladies and gentlemen, you know what I'm saying, we gotta do better. We gotta make sure that we're doing our best as mothers and fathers to protect our children. And even your nieces and your nephews, or, you know, if you're cool with somebody and they got kids, you know, and you see their kids out somewhere, call them. Say, hey, I just saw your son up the street at XYZ. Did you know he was in that area? You know what I'm saying? Whether he gets in trouble or not, that's irrelevant, but at least his mother knows where he is, you know, or his father knows where he is. This is what's important. At least that's how I see it, you know. And you just got to remember, these are not golden rules, but these are just the things that I see that will make things better and hopefully a little bit safer and a lot easier for all of us. You know what I'm saying? As parents, none of us want to go through what the Moussa family is going through. And like I said, I send my condolences to the family. I really feel bad for them. I feel bad for what they're going through, what they're experiencing. You know what I mean? And so that's what this vlog is about, man. Thank y'all for listening. Thank you for tuning in. I am Bobby MVA. Catch you next time.